It started with a YouTube video and changed pop forever. But now, 15 years later, the partnership that launched Justin Bieber to global superstardom is officially over. And it's not just a breakup, it's a $31.5 million fallout. Behind the scenes, what began as a fairy tale story of discovery has turned into one of the most shocking financial and emotional implosions in music history. So what really happened between Justin Bieber and Braun, the man who discovered him, mentored him, and stuck by him through arrests, breakdowns, and world tours? Why did Justin suddenly walk away from the only manager he'd ever had? And why is Hailey Bieber now involved in paying off millions of dollars in debt? This isn't just another celebrity rift. It's a complex web of trust, betrayal, and business. And now, Braun is speaking out, and the details are more explosive than anyone expected.
Back in 2007, Braun wasn't a household name, and neither was the kid singing R&B covers on a grainy YouTube channel from Stratford, Ontario. That kid was Justin Bieber, just 13 years old, mop-haired, and completely unknown. But Scooter saw something no one else did. After stumbling across one of Justin's videos by accident, Braun tracked down his school, called his mom, and flew him to Atlanta. Within weeks, Justin was singing for Usher and scoring a joint deal with Island Def Jam. It was the kind of origin story that sounds scripted, but it was real. Braun became not just Bieber's manager, but his mentor, father figure, and gatekeeper to the industry. By 2010, Justin had released My World 2.0, igniting Bieber fever across the globe. Sold-out arenas, screaming fans, magazine covers, and a net worth climbing into the tens of millions, all before his 18th birthday. And through it all, Braun was there, orchestrating every move, every rollout, every red carpet. To most of the world, they were inseparable, the dream team. But behind the scenes, small cracks were starting to form.
By 2013, the golden boy image was unraveling. Justin Bieber wasn't the clean-cut prodigy anymore. He was egging neighbors' houses, getting arrested for drag racing a Lamborghini, and showing up late to concerts, or not at all. Paparazzi footage turned from wide-eyed fan mobs to grainy clips of fights, meltdowns, and sobbing hotel exits. Braun, once praised for his genius in branding, suddenly looked more like a babysitter, and not a very successful one. Behind the scenes, Braun was scrambling, trying to manage Justin's mental health, his reputation, and his relationships. He told the Wall Street Journal he'd begged Justin to cancel the tour during this era. Bieber refused. Then came the infamous 2014 deposition video. Justin visibly annoyed, arrogant, barely answering questions about assault allegations and smashing paparazzi cameras. The world saw a superstar in freefall, and some started questioning whether Scooter was part of the problem or the last one still trying to hold things together. The tours continued, the money poured in. But their personal bond? That started fraying. Braun later admitted, "There was a time when I thought he was going to die." And that wasn't dramatic exaggeration. It was real concern. For the first time, Scooter was managing something even bigger than Bieber's career. He was trying to manage his survival.
By 2015, something shifted. After a brutal few years of public backlash, Justin Bieber started cleaning up his image. He apologized publicly, leaned into his faith, and released Purpose, a record that redefined him. Songs like Sorry and Love Yourself dominated the charts. The old Justin was gone, and in his place was a calmer, seemingly more grounded artist. Braun took credit for orchestrating the comeback, and to some extent, he deserved it. But this time, the tone was different. Justin was older, wiser, and less interested in being managed. He started quietly building his own circle, new friends, new advisors, and most importantly, new boundaries. Broun was still his manager, but he was no longer at the center of Justin's world.
Then came Hailey. After marrying her in 2018, Bieber's focus shifted entirely. He wasn't just thinking about fame and tours anymore. He was thinking about legacy, health, and family. Hailey became not only his wife, but his business partner, sounding board, and protector. Scooter was still in the picture, but less visible, less central. And as Justin grew into himself, as a man and as an artist, he started re-evaluating everything around him, including the empire Scooter had helped build.
After the split, Scooter Braun's world started to unravel. Once hailed as the kingmaker behind pop's biggest names, he now found himself facing serious allegations. Justin's team claimed Scooter had been overpaid by millions, and rumors swirled about mismanagement, unfair contracts, and secret deals that left the star feeling exploited. Scooter fought back, denying the worst claims and painting himself as a loyal mentor betrayed. But the damage was done. Other artists started distancing themselves, and the press began digging deeper into his business practices. Social media exploded when Justin unfollowed Scooter on Instagram, a move that may seem small to outsiders, but in celebrity terms, it's a public declaration of war. Scooter responded by deleting his entire account as if trying to avoid the storm. Despite the financial settlement reportedly nearing $31.5 million, the personal wounds ran deep. Justin publicly embraced independence, launching his own brand and music without Scooter's involvement. Meanwhile, Scooter pivoted, focusing on philanthropy and consulting, but the shadow of the fallout lingered. The story wasn't just about money. It was about trust broken, loyalties tested, and the cost of growing up in the spotlight. Now, both Justin Bieber and Scooter Braun are moving forward, but on very different paths. Justin is focused on his new album, Swag, stepping fully into independence. He's launched his own clothing brand and embraced a fresh image, one that's all about authenticity and control. The singer has publicly thanked his fans and stayed silent on the drama, letting his work speak for itself. Scooter, meanwhile, has shifted gears. He stepped back from artist management, diving into philanthropy and business consulting. He's also been vocal about his pride in Justin's growth, calling the new album Authentically Justin and praising his former client's evolution. Yet, beneath the surface, the tension remains. Their financial settlement may be done, but the emotional fallout isn't. Fans continue to speculate. Who really lost more? Who came out ahead? And is there any chance of reconciliation? One thing is clear. Their story is a cautionary tale about power, trust, and the high stakes of fame. It started with a YouTube discovery and a dream, but ended as a complicated battle over loyalty and control. And for fans watching from the sidelines, the drama is far from over.